Hey guys, it's Dale from Elephant Memories. In this fun DIY tutorial, learn how to create this interesting alligator glow-in-the-dark trinket tray using epoxy resin and some pigment powders. To help you replicate this project, we'll provide a list of materials and tools in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. We have loads more fun maker projects like this on the way. Now let's dive in. Start by masking off the top of your dish. Then mix some sand into your epoxy. Now add a liberal amount of glow-in-the-dark pigment powder. We're using Mizidori green powder from Eye Candy Pigments. It's a white powder that won't discolor your sand, and it gives a blue-green glow. Add this mixture to the center of your dish. The epoxy is self-leveling, but I like to help spread it a little with a mixing stick. Be sure to stay below the tape. Now do a quick pass with the butane torch to help pop any surface bubbles. I want the glow to be blotchy and subdued, so I'm spreading a little powder on top. Then gently mix in using a toothpick. This will help set the powder in place, but keep it at the top. I'm adding a little more sand on top to help with the effect I'm looking for. So I'm not going to mix this. Cover and set aside overnight. I'm going to use one of my own transparencies of a baby alligator. When printed on transparent paper, the white will not show up. Because of this, the colors will look dull and somewhat see-through. The colors really pop when you place it on a light background. So I will add a thin layer of white acrylic paint on the shiny side. Do not go all the way to the edge because you don't want a chance seeing the paint after it's placed in the epoxy. Let this completely dry. It usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So let's look at the difference. First, with the dark background. Notice how the colors really pop now. Almost a 3D effect and very realistic. Now on a neutral colored background. Again, the painted one looks real. So it really depends on the effect you're looking for to determine whether you paint it or not. Time to cut this little guy out. Use small scissors and cut as close to the design as you can. It's okay to leave some of the clear plastic, but sometimes it will shine through the epoxy. I'm working on some fun designs from whales, sharks, and gators to hummingbirds that will be for sale on my website in either full sheets or pre-cut. You can contact me or check my site for more details. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Time to put him in his new little home. You can remove the masking tape now. Wipe out any loose sand and clean. I like to add a thin layer of resin to create the effect that he is swimming in the water and not on the bottom. You'll actually be able to see a shadow beneath him in the finished project. Now let this dry overnight. Do a quick sanding so the transparency will stick better to the epoxy surface. Clean really well with a rag and denatured alcohol. Then let this dry for a few minutes. I mixed up some 5-minute epoxy adhesive and will add a tiny amount to the middle. You don't want to add too much or you might get trapped, unsightly bubbles beneath it. Just enough to help prevent the transparency from floating. Once you place it on the epoxy surface, press down to spread the adhesive out and get rid of any bubbles. I'm also going to add some small printed leaves as well. Now let it set for about 5 minutes. You can now slowly pour some clear epoxy over the transparencies. You want to make sure that there's no trapped bubbles. Just use a toothpick to gently pick up the outer edges so the resin gets beneath it. Don't lift all the way up or you could break the adhesive seal. Now slowly continue to pour your top coat. Torch it to pop any surface bubbles. I like to run a toothpick along the edge to smooth it all out. Cover and let dry overnight. And here it is. This little guy looks so happy. How cool is that? Have fun with this project, guys. Be sure to comment below, subscribe, and share with your friends. We'll see you next time.